Hello everyone, you are welcome to Labisco Gh. I'm the person of Saidu Abdul Ghaffar. If you're a newcomer here, please kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel so that anytime that I post a video concerning nursing or midwifery, you will get notifications so that you will watch it and get a benefit from it. If you are a new applicant or you just applied nursing training, please, this is your video. Get a seat and let's have a conversation. All right. According to Nursing and Midwifery Council, yesterday was the last day for the portal to close. So after applying your nursing training or midwifery, what is next? Today, we are coming to talk about or learn about the nurses interview. How are you going to pass your interview? Have you thought of that one before? All right, then have a seat. Nursing interview is one of the most important activities that you must pass through before getting into nursing. Nursing interview is what will now tell the institution how brilliant you are. So what are some of the categories of questions that they may ask you? You know, there is so many categories of questions that they may ask you. And here are some of the possible questions and categories that they may ask you. For now, or the beginning, I'm going to talk about the general question. The general question, mostly the beginning of the interview, and if the interview will be successful, it depends on the general question. And if the interview will not be successful, it depends on the general question. And here are how the general questions goes. They can ask you, tell us about yourselves, or who are you? That's the beginning of the general question. So if such question asks you, it's a simple, but it always begins with your name. Maybe I'm the person of Saidu Abdul Ghaffar, or my name is Saidu Abdul Ghaffar. You start by your name, where you are from, how you grow up, where you grow up, and your background, everything about yourself. But it shouldn't be more than 1 minute. Just summarize it. Some of the most important about your educational background, your basic education, senior high, and maybe after senior high, how or where you work and how you survived. That's the general question. So summarize it and make it, it shouldn't be more than 1 minute. That's the general question. And remember, any question that you will present to them must be genuine or must be truth, because mostly the follow-up question that they may ask you always come from your answer. So even if it is not a genuine, make sure any answer that you will present to them, any follow-up question that will come from that answer, you must or you have to answer it correctly. Yes. And take note of this. They calling you interview doesn't mean that automatically you have gotten admission. No. No matter how your results is, you have to call for interview. Yes. So take note of that one. And they can also ask you that you should use one word to describe yourself. This question can also ask you. So in this case, all your answer must be related to health. Yes, must be related to health, because remember, you are going into health institution. Yes. So in this question, you can also say you are empathetic. So if you say someone is empathy, it means being able to put yourself into someone's shoes and know how the person feels, so that you're able to help the person. And remember, this is one of the quality of nursing. Yes, every nurse must be must have empathy. Yes, every nurse must have empathy. And they can also ask you that maybe what is your greatest strength? And in this case, you can also give them these answers, that you are a problem solver. Yes, because every nurse must have a way of solving a problem. No matter how the problem is, you try your best before If not, like you try your best, and if you may not able to solve it before you pass it to the people who you think they can solve it. And you can also tell them that you are a good communicator, because every nurse must be a good communicator. Yes, you must be a good communicator to your client. And you can also tell them that you don't give up easily. Yes, there's some of the answer that you can give to your greatest strength. Let's move on to the different category. Right now, I'm moving on to the public affairs questions. They can ask you many questions about public affairs. Let's move on to the public affairs. So the public affairs, they can ask you many questions about public affairs. But remember, you are going into health institution. So the public affairs that you have to learn might be related to health. They can ask you who is the Minister of Health, Deputy Minister of Health, the Health Directorate, the maybe your region where you are coming from, your health directorate over there. Any question about the public affairs that is related to health, please learn about those things. They can ask you what is the current issue in Ghana. So the current issue in Ghana, this one, if there is a current issue in Ghana which is related to health, like 2020, how COVID-19 came out, you can also use that one as a current issue. But if there is no such information or news circulating which is about health, you can also go into either political issues or maybe social issues. Yes, but it must be a current issue, the issue that is, let me say, 3 days ago or maybe 1 week ago, and they're still circulating in the newspapers or radio stations and the social medias. Yes, please. And a different category of question can be a political question. Yes, politics. They can ask you political questions. Maybe which party do you belong? And if this such question asks you, please be vigilant. Yes, because some of the panel, the interviewers might be a political personnel or maybe politicians. So be vigilant and know where you are. If you are in the southern sector of Ghana, maybe Ashanti region, Bunahafo, you have to know that most of them are MPP. So you know how to answer your question. And if you happen yourself to be in the, if it happened and you found yourself in the northern region side or northern zone, maybe northern region, upper east, upper west, and co, you know most of them are also NDC, so you know how to answer your question. But my advice to you is that you can say you don't belong to any political party, and that's simple, so that you will not find yourself into trouble.